All right, finally time to apply the blur. Don't underestimate these initial steps. The whole idea with doing these tutorials is to give you deeper understanding of how Photoshop's working, including the part, where I go filter, blur, radial blur, including the part, does the reset button actually work? And I will, just refer to the prior movie, not the movie, the text to the left of the movie, and I'll let you know whether or not this reset button works or not. But for now, radial blur, by default, I think it's set to spin good and an amount of 10. You want to crank the amount up to 100, change spin to zoom, and change quality to best. The draft I use kind of for testing when I'm moving this point around trying to find it, and that usually takes a long time. That's why I told you not to move it. So now if we click OK, this step takes a minute because Photoshop is blurring 5,000 by 5,000 pixels. Now 5 times 5 is 25, and add 6 zeros to that. That's 25 million pixels are being blurred. So that's a lot of pixels, wouldn't you say? And Photoshop is doing a darn good job. So while this is happening, be thinking, be looking. Hey, if this doesn't turn out, I can always go back and change camera raw if I don't like these blues. But meanwhile, we're about to see our result. And boom, interest and success. We're right on our focal point. Now let's come back and talk about, do we add more blurs? And do we add more blurs on this layer? What happens if we add a second one to this layer? What happens if we duplicate this layer and add a blur to the layer above it, which looks exactly like this? And you might think it's the exact same thing. Don't forget about blending modes. That changes everything.